Maria stood in the pharmacy line with her little daughter, Emily, who clutched a worn-out teddy bear to her chest. Emily's face was pale, her cheeks flushed with fever, and Maria's heart broke a little more with every shallow breath her daughter took. The doctor had been very clear. Emily needed the prescribed medication immediately, or her condition could spiral into something much more dangerous. But Maria, a single mother who worked tirelessly at 2 part-time jobs, already knew the price of the medicine was far beyond her means. She had calculated and recalculated her budget 100 times, but no matter how she stretched it, there was never enough. When her turn finally came, Maria handed the prescription slip to the pharmacist. Her fingers trembled and her voice cracked. The man behind the counter typed quickly into the computer, glanced at the screen and said, "That'll be $228.74. The number struck Maria like a physical blow. She froze, her stomach twisting. She opened her wallet, staring at the small collection of wrinkled bills and loose coins. "Is there any cheaper option? A discount program?" she asked, almost pleading. The pharmacist gave her a sympathetic look but shook his head. "I'm sorry, ma'am. This is already the lowest price." Maria's throat tightened. She slowly placed the crumpled bills and coins on the counter. Her voice was barely above a whisper. "This is all I have." The pharmacist shifted uncomfortably, his eyes flickering with pity. Maria felt the sting of humiliation as the people in line behind her shuffled impatiently. She didn't dare look back. She couldn't bear to see the judgment in their eyes. Emily tugged softly at her sleeve, her small voice asking, "Mommy, can we go home now?" Maria blinked back tears, ready to collect her money and leave empty-handed. And then from behind her came a calm, steady voice. "Charge it to me." Maria froze. She turned slowly and saw a tall woman in an elegant navy blue suit. Her posture straight, her eyes sharp but kind. She was striking, confident, composed, and clearly someone used to being in control. The contrast between her polished appearance and Maria's worn-out clothes could not have been starker. Maria stammered, I can't let you do that." The woman gave a reassuring smile. "Your daughter needs that medicine more than I need the money." The pharmacist hesitated, but when the woman handed over a sleek platinum credit card, the payment went through quickly. Maria's heart pounded with disbelief and relief. Emily's eyes lit up as she realized they could actually take the medicine home. Maria turned to the stranger, her voice shaking. "Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't even know your name." The woman extended her hand with grace. "Olivia Hart," she said. "And you don't need to thank me. Just take care of your daughter." Maria shook her hand, feeling the strength and confidence radiating from Olivia. The pharmacist handed Maria the white paper bag containing the precious medicine, and Maria clutched it to her chest. Olivia gave a small nod, as though she had simply done what needed to be done, and turned to leave. "Wait," Maria called softly. "I need to repay you somehow. Maybe not now, but someday." Olivia paused, her eyes softening. "You don't owe me anything. Just focus on your little girl. That's repayment enough." And with that, she left the pharmacy, disappearing into the crowd outside. That night, Maria sat at her small kitchen table, watching Emily sleep peacefully after her first dose. Relief washed over her, but so did curiosity. Olivia Hart, her name echoed in Maria's mind. She pulled out her old laptop, typed the name into a search bar, and within seconds was staring at articles, interviews, and news reports. Olivia Hart was no ordinary woman. She was the CEO of one of the largest corporations in the country, a billionaire celebrated for her business acumen, feared by competitors and admired by millions. Maria stared at the screen in awe. The woman who had stepped in like an angel was one of the most powerful figures in the corporate world. Maria couldn't believe it. Why had someone like Olivia been in a small, unremarkable neighborhood pharmacy? And why would she care about a struggling single mom and her sick child? It felt surreal, almost like a dream. But the medicine bag on the table was proof that it had truly happened. Maria whispered to herself, "Some angels don't wear wings, they wear suits." Over the following weeks, Emily's health improved dramatically. The fever subsided, her energy returned, and she was soon running around the apartment, laughing, chasing her teddy bear, and talking about all the things she wanted to do when she grew up. Every time Maria looked at her, gratitude welled up inside. She thought constantly of Olivia Hart, of her kindness, and of the way she had simply said, "Charge it to me," without hesitation. One evening, Maria sat down to write Olivia a letter. She poured her soul into the words, thanking her for her generosity, telling her about Emily's recovery and sharing how her simple act had restored Maria's faith in humanity. She wrote about Emily's dream of becoming a doctor and about her own struggles as a single mother trying to give her daughter the best life possible. She ended the letter with a promise to pass on the kindness whenever she had the chance, to make sure Olivia's act of compassion lived on in others. Weeks later, Maria was stunned when a reply arrived. The envelope was embossed with Olivia Hart's company logo. Inside was a letter written in Olivia's elegant handwriting. Maria's hands trembled as she read. Olivia wrote that she was happy to hear Emily was healthy, and that Maria should never underestimate the strength of a mother's love. The world needs more women like you, Olivia wrote. Being a single mother is harder than running any company. You are braver than you know. Someone once helped me when I was young and struggling. That's why I help whenever I can. Now it's your turn to carry that forward. Maria wept as she read the letter. It was more than just words, it was validation, encouragement, and inspiration all at once. She pressed the letter to her chest, vowing never to forget it. From that day forward, Maria carried Olivia's words with her like a light in dark times. Whenever she faced new struggles, she remembered the whisper from behind her in the pharmacy, "Charge it to me." And in every act of kindness, Maria later offered to others, buying groceries for a neighbor, covering the bus fare for a stranger, or simply offering comfort. She felt she was honoring Olivia's gift. Years passed and Emily grew strong and bright, full of dreams and determination. She often told her mother she wanted to become a doctor, so she could help children just like her. Maria always smiled and said, "And when you do, remember that kindness is just as important as medicine." Emily didn't know the full story yet, but one day Maria would tell her about the woman in the navy blue suit, the CEO who had seen their pain and chosen compassion, because kindness, Maria realized, was not measured by wealth or power. It was measured by the willingness to act when someone else was in need. And sometimes, the greatest leaders weren't just those who commanded boardrooms. They were those who whispered quietly in the right moment. "Charge it to me."